shines on a brand new tune. Voices rise like a bright balloon. We're here to celebrate every chord and key, from the heart of the South to the rolling sea. Crazy wind and country where the fire's alive, but where women's voices matter, where dreams survive. Sing it loud, sing it strong, sing it true. Crazy wind and country, it's all about you.
Welcome, friends, to another episode of Crazy Women Country. I'm Donna.
I'm Paula, and today we have the very talented Cali Tucker with us. How you doing?
Hey, girls, I'm great. How are y'all?
Doing good, doing good.
So glad to have you on today.
Definitely.
It's great to be here.
So the first question is the hardest question. Who is Cali Tucker?
Well, Wikipedia would say no. Let me ask my crystal ball. Cali Tucker. Well, everybody, I am originally from Nashville, Tennessee. I was raised there my whole life, and then I moved out to Las Vegas in 2014. So I've been here for a hot second, and I've been performing and full time out here this entire time. I am a country artist and with a pop twist. And I've just been releasing a ton of new singles for the last 2 years. And now I'm starting my tour, which is really exciting. Awesome. And I'm here getting to talk with you guys. So
yay!
That's me.
That was you one of the first person, the first people that first person that hasn't spoken about themselves in the third person. I was today.
We do that a lot. We get people that start talking about themselves in third person. It's actually kind of fun, you know?
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Quite funny.
So tell us, we know that you just had your recent release of Last Name, and the video just came out. It's really awesome. Talk to us about it. Tell us all about it. What inspired the song? Where did you go from, okay, then this is what I want to do in the video?
What a really cool evolution to how the song came about, and then the music video is really neat. So I on a whim I went to St. Louis to just write with my dearest friend of 20 years. His name is Derek Robertson, and he and I had been through a lot in our past, and I remember laying in my bed, and we'd both be just totally broke and sad about our lives, and just like, woe is me. And it was just really funny to go back out to St. Louis and write with him. And we talked about just our lives and what we'd been through. And I really had always been very touched by his story. So he came out and was not accepted by his family. They disowned him and didn't support, or, I wouldn't say love, but they didn't support him and his decisions in his life. And it was very sad for me to witness all the hardships that he had gone through. And it just kind of sparked the idea to write this song, because I know so many people go through that, where the people you assume to support and love you and encourage you and to be your cheerleaders sometimes don't. And it happens more often than we think, or we realize. We don't actually know what people are going through in their personal lives and their family. And it is always surprising. You're like, oh my God, you're the most amazing person in the world. How could anybody not love and support you and be there for you? And as we were writing it, obviously it stemmed from his experiences. And but it was like, the more we wrote, the more I talked about it with other people, they're like, man, this resonates so much with me, because, it could be a marriage where you share the same last name with somebody, but you don't feel loved or supported. It could be a parent-child relationship, again, where, I want to be an actress. No, you've got to go to college and be, an accountant or whatever, and then another friend, said this resonates with me as well, because I was in the foster care system and all I wanted was to be adopted and to have a last name. And so it's just, it's a big, broader span of what the song actually is and what it means. And I hope it means something different to everybody. I've been fortunate enough to have had a very loving, supporting family. It's not been without its trials and tribulations, but writing from that other side, that different perspective, was really amazing for me. And I love getting to share that story. And the music video, honestly didn't even consider Cinderella as the theme of this. Until I just really kind of dived into my thoughts. And I was like, what is the most relatable storyline for last name for my audience to relate to? And I was like, oh my gosh, it's Cinderella, of course. She lost her father, and she was just, all she ever wanted was acceptance and love and support by her stepmother and stepsisters. And they treated her so badly, but at the end of the day, she rose to the top, became the princess. I mean, it's just, that's the greatest story. And that's really, I mean, the song is about just that. It's very inspiring. It's very uplifting. And it's, no matter what situation you're in, you can rise above it. You can fulfill any dream that you have in your life. And sometimes it's unfortunate, but it is without, blood family, and you can go out there and make your own family. So that was a long-winded answer, but
No, I love it. And my mom was adopted, so it's one of those things where, like I took a little bit of a different take, though, like you said about the foster care, because my mom was adopted, and the family that she got adopted into, they're my family. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if we're blood or not. They're your family.
There you go.
People that show up every day, that are there for you.
Exactly.
They're there for you in the worst times, right? Those are your family. I mean,
That's
yeah,
family.
they might be chosen, but still.
That's it. That's what it's about, Love that.
Talking about last names, I wanted to ask you, obviously you've got a very famous last name. Have you felt any pressure within the industry, or just having, a mother that's been so famous, and obviously your aunt, have you ever felt any pressure to be a singer, or they just let you, whatever you wanted to be, you can be type thing?
They've been really great. I mean, I think they knew at a young age that this was always going to be my path, but it's their fault. They're
It's cool, right?
I blame them.
It's their fault.
I mean, they're the ones that introduced it to me at a young age. I was on the road with them. I saw what they were doing, and it was such a magical experience getting to connect with a huge audience of people. And there was nothing but love in those rooms and those spaces. And it was great energy. And I was like, man, this is what I want. I always wanted to travel. So it was just, it was within me. I was definitely imprinted on as a young child. I don't feel any pressure to do this at all. Yeah. I mean, I do it because I love it. And I think I said this the other day, I don't think there's a musician out there that does it because they have to.
Yeah.
Like I can't even imagine that being the scenario, but no, we do this because we love it, and it's our purpose, and we're fulfilled in so many ways. And it's healing to do this kind of work. And I'm grateful that I get to do it. And carrying on my last name, I think, is really special in my own unique, special way, of course. And I'm not a duplicate of what my mom and my aunt did. And I like the path that I'm on, and but I give them a lot of the credit for me even being here.
That's awesome. I think we may lose Paula. She just froze. So I apologize, everyone. That. But in the meantime, oh, she'll be back, I'm sure. That's the one thing that when they have the storms, she's in Spain. So when they have the storms, occasionally she just freeze.
The rain in Spain falls really on the plane.
Well, so I wanted to ask you to kind of follow up with that. So when you thought about obviously doing the voice, now was that kind of like creating your own pathway then? Because I know you were on with my good friend Audra McLaughlin, and I love her to death.
I love her so much. She's so talented. It was such a whim for me to go and do that. Honestly, my mom had called me one day, and this is while I was like songwriting and bartending and all this stuff in Nashville. I didn't really know what I was going to do next, but it's funny how God just like opens up doors of opportunity, and you just either choose to walk through them or you don't. And it's just very, very interesting. So she calls me and says, "Hey, your sister-in-law is going to go audition for The Voice in Vegas." This is prior to me living here, of course. And I said, "Vegas? Let's go." I was like, I just want to go party, but I'll go and audition for this show and see how it goes. But so I went, and I was one of the first 10 in line at the cattle call at like 3 a.m. And I went and did that. And, wound up making it on the show. And it was hands down the best thing that I could have done, because it brought me, it introduced me to my battle partner. I was on Team Blake, and my battle partner, his name is Ryan White Maloney. And we stayed good friends after the show. And he encouraged me to move to Vegas and start performing, because I felt like my life was just kind of stale here in Nashville. And so I moved out on a wing and a prayer, loaded up what I could in my car, and found a 400 square foot apartment and slept on an air mattress, and started my new life. And I'm so glad I did. And, me and him started performing together for the first 2 years that I moved out here. And my career and everything just kind of kept growing and building. And I met my producer, my co-writer out here. And, so if it wasn't for The Voice and meeting Ryan, like, I would not be in this position now. And I'm truly grateful.
And you're so true. Everything happens for a reason. And I think sometimes they're just opportunities you're meant to, one thing I always think, when one thing doesn't work out, something else is supposed to. So
Absolutely.
it just finds its own way.
What an interesting path. Yeah. That God placed in front of me and asked me to walk. So I did. And here I am, and who knows where else it's going to go. Life is crazy.
Absolutely. It is for sure. So obviously, your mom, your aunt, you have some amazing people to look up to. But tell me, who are some of the women that have inspired you musically and even inspire you today?
The one that will always inspire me is Shania Twain. I mean, I loved her from the moment I saw her. And she's definitely been a huge inspiration in just about every part of my music, because of her style, her pop sound. It's cheeky, it's colorful, it's playful, it's so much fun. And she's got it all. She's a great songwriter. She's a great person, it seems like, even though I've never met her, but I can't imagine her not being. And she was a really big influence, even to this day. I actually got to go see her live for the first time in Vegas last year. So very special, very special. I'm such a huge 90s country fan, so I'll always be, always love her, and, Winona Judd, and of course, my aunt and all them, but Dolly, I want to own a theme park one day. But I think women in country music are still underrepresented, and I'm really proud to see any female country artists like Lainey Wilson winning, Entertainer of the Year, and all these great awards and being recognized. It's just about damn time, So, yeah.
It is. We have, and that's something like I've looked into this because I'm an analytics person, and back in the 90s, we had about 30 to 40% representation of women on the radio, mind you. Now just, okay. Yeah. So that was a great time. And that's why when you said 90s, I'm like, yep, that's where I grew up. That's my love. That's, my first era of music, if you will. Of course, Dolly, yeah, I want to grow up to be Dolly still, because, who doesn't, right? Like, she's cool. She has a theme park, like you said. She has so much philanthropy. Yeah. Like, we all want to be her, right? But in addition to that, now women are at like 10% airplay radio. And it's really sad that it just keeps seeming to decline, and like the same rhetoric.
I didn't want to know that statistic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the same rhetoric is still going on in the radio stations. And it's like, well, let's keep pushing. That's all we can do. Like, as women, we need to keep pushing. We need to keep trying to change that narrative, and giving women behind us and side of us a place. They say a place at the table, right? So that's kind of
absolutely.
why forged with what we have here with Crazy Women Country.
I appreciate y'all so much for that, because we got to rise above it. We got to show them we got the goods. I was listening to the radio, I think, I don't know, like 3 years ago, and I was writing down like who it was within the hour, and I think they played 2, maybe 3 female artists within the hour, and I was really disappointed in that. I was like, gosh, where are we? And there's so many good ones. I mean, Lauren Elena is so amazing to me. That girl should be winning all the awards. I love her. I think she is so special, so talented, so real. She's got an incredible voice. Her songs are awesome. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's really, really good. So,
oh yeah, been a big fan of hers since yeah, back in
Amazing.
American Idol, wasn't it? Right? She was on American Idol back then.
I don't
So
even know.
yeah, she was second to Scotty McCreery at the time. I remember that because yeah, going back.
Oh, and another gal I really like is Ray Lynn, and she was on The Voice, I think. Yeah. So there's some good ones.
Absolutely, and that's why we try to help get as many of them out as we can, and redirect and do as much as we can to help. And even we were for a little short time we were doing a internet radio show to try to help broaden people's mind and bring in the women that they haven't heard, because that's the same thing. Like all of the stations, I'm sorry, but even the internet radio stations do the same thing, because they're like, well, if I play this set here, people are listening more. I'm like, well, it's the same
Yeah.
thing that you're playing on general radio, and
Yeah.
it's that
Yeah.
one
No,
day
it's
at a
people
time.
like you it's people like you that are making the difference. So thank you. And hopefully it'll catch on like fire. And I mean, I know that there's a place in country music for what I'm doing.
Yes.
I am not going to sound like any of these other girls out there, and they're not going to sound like each other either. So we all have a space to be ourselves, be creative, and there's enough to go around. If the boys will get out of the way.
Yeah, I believe there's enough room for everyone at the table. I hate to say it that way, but
Sure.
even some of the guys. Yeah, I mean, like not to put them in, because most of our viewership is men, and I say that out very violently that we need the guys because they support us just as much as the women, and if not sometimes
Oh,
more,
yeah.
which is amazing to see. So
Well, when I wrote Urban Cowboy, I I'll probably never write a man bashing song. I just won't, because I don't want to participate in that. They're having a hard time as it is. I want to support them to be amazing men, and to be the best version of themselves. So when I wrote Urban Cowboy, I took into consideration, obviously, not just the girls like looking for their Prince Charming, aka Urban Cowboy, but like for the guys to want to be the urban cowboy. I want them to aspire to like be their best, to find their urban cowgirl. So I'm not going to get on the men bashing train. I like men a lot, so I don't want to do that. But in regards to men in country music, just I'm just saying, like, scoot over a little. Like, let's play
how the women play too. Like, yeah, come on,
like,
do even mix.
let's do a little back and forth,
Yeah.
little mix, like. So
I hear you loud and clear. I can't agree more. Mhm. So there's one more question. I have one more main question down to ask, and I don't think Paula's getting you back because she said her internet's still down. So
bless her heart.
continue. So
Much love.
without her, we'll miss her.
Okay.
But no, tell me, like, what has been one of the most memorable things this year for you, professionally or your personal, if you prefer that?
So, with the start of the tour, we started it here at the Aliante Casino in Las Vegas, and what an amazing venue. And we're actually going to be performing again there February 28th, 2026. So if you guys are in Vegas or plan on coming to see me, that'd be a great date to come see me at the Aliante Casino. When I started building the show, I always knew that I wanted to incorporate my mother. And my mother, for those of you that are listening and watching that don't know who she is, her name is LaCosta Tucker. Go to YouTube, type in LaCosta Tucker, LaCosta. She was with Capitol Records for several albums. One of her songs was #3 called Get on My Love Train. Anyway, she is the light of my life, my best friend. And I'm so lucky to have her as a mom. She is the best. And, the dream was always to perform with her and to be able to get to do that. So we do this really cool tribute and moment in the show with my mom. And that has been the best part of this year, I'd have to say, is actually having that dream to perform with her come true. It's just so special. If you guys have got to come see the show, it's just one of the many cool things that we do. But yeah, it's a very interactive show that I put on. It's a lot of audience participation. It's a lot of comedy. It's silliness and really, really good music. So that's been the best.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna have to reschedule my 2026 and try to be out there for February. So
Yeah,
But no.
that'd be awesome. I'll get you a free ticket. I'll get you backstage passes.
Oh, thanks. That'd be awesome.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah, I can say as a little girl, my mom introduced me to a lot of music. We were always on the singer-songwriter era. And your mom was one of them that she introduced me. She said, check this song out. Like, because I was a kid. Like, I saw it. So when you're like 4 or 5 years old, some of the lyrics are like, they're so far above your head. You're like, okay, but it's a great song. It's a great song, regardless of if you're
yeah.
understanding them at a more adult level.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh,
like,
it's so funny. No, it's so funny because when you're listening to a song, I very rarely do we ever like listen to the lyrics first. We listen to the melody and the beat and like how it makes us feel. And then when we really enjoy that part, I think we move on to the lyrics. But my mom is so funny, and a couple of other people are like, they're like, I can't understand what you're saying. I'm like, don't worry about it. Just how does it make you feel? Like, so yeah, I get it. I get it.
absolutely. Well, it has been great having you on, and make sure everyone you go check out the tour, check out Cali's website. We'll have the link in the descriptions, and we will see you right back here with Miss Cali on 20 Crazy Questions. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.
Sunrise shines on a brand new tune. Voices rise like a bright balloon. We're here to celebrate every chord and key, from the heart of the South to the rolling sea. Crazy wind and country where the fire's alive, but where women's voices matter, where dreams survive. Sing it loud, sing it strong, sing it true. Crazy wind and country, it's all about you.